This is Chris Kelly with a video on some questions to ask yourself about back pain, all right? You know, back pain is something that affects all of us during our lives, and a lot of people, you know, we get these intermittent painful episodes, and we ask ourselves, you know, what are the things that are causing these episodes? And really, today's video is about that, how we can identify those things and how we can do some things to address them, you know, which we'll get into more in future videos. But the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, number one, is the intensity of your back pain worse or better during the day? Okay, do you wake up with just terrible pain, or do you find that it gets worse throughout the day? If it's worse in the morning, if you find that your back hurts, you know, the most in the morning and then it gets better throughout the day, chances are your sleeping position is something to address. Okay, for a lot of people who lie on their back unsupported or on a hard surface, you know, your back can arch throughout the night, and that can create some extension-based back pain. So putting a pillow under your lower back, or if you sleep on your side, you know, sleeping on your back are two strategies that are going to help you almost immediately. You know, and the biggest thing that we want to do with any of these questions is to eliminate the things that are causing our pain in the first place. So the other question with this particular one, does your pain get worse throughout the day? All right, if this is the case, chances are you're adopting postures or positions that are making it worse. And the cause ultimately of your pain would be a postural one, okay? And so one strategy that we like to employ for people that have pain throughout the day with specific activities is to take rest breaks, okay? So let's say, you know, you're sitting, or maybe you're gardening for a long period of time, you know, and your back pain starts or your back starts to hurt out after that. They say the best posture is one that is constantly changing. So rather than doing that for, let's say, an hour at a time, maybe do it for 10 minutes, stand up, you know, walk around, shake things out, and start again. Just breaking things up, it's kind of like interval training for your back. It allows the tissue itself to kind of desensitize a little bit and ensure that we don't get lasting pain in those positions. The second question to ask yourself is, what makes your pain worse? With this one, what I want you to do is make a list of the things, of the activities that you find either make your back worse or your back feels worse after doing them. So these could be just daily activities like sitting, standing, walking, or specific exercises. All right, I really want you to go through your day, okay? Make a list and get specific, okay? And once we have that list, then we can realistically look at these things and start to make modifications to these specific activities. But it's kind of like making a nutritional log if, you know, you're trying to lose body fat. Like, we don't know what to change until we kind of have a menu of what's potentially going wrong. All right, that's going to really help us out, and we'll get into some ideas with that in future videos. Number three is pain concentrated in your middle back, okay? For a lot of people that have breathing dysfunction, okay, that are stress breathers, breathe through their upper back or and their neck and that sort of thing, okay? We get tension in our middle back because we're moving from this area all the time, okay? It's called the thoracolumbar junction. It's where the middle back meets the lower back, okay? These are also people that are what I call rib thrusters, where they push their ribs forward in order to have good posture. In either case, if you find that pain is being concentrated in this particular area, then you're moving from this area excessively. So with that, you know, we can do some things to retrain breathing, and, you know, we'll address this question a little bit better in the future, but refer to a lot of videos on my YouTube channel regarding breathing and sort of mobility drills for the thoracic spine. Number four, our last question is, does fast walking increase your pain? Okay, one of the big things that we want to do with sufferers of back pain is employ fast walking, because that's really curative to the discs. For those with disc pathology, this is actually going to be very helpful. It's going to help to sort of floss the back, for lack of a better term. And so fast walking is very curative to those who have, you know, disc bulges, disc herniations, that sort of thing. Whereas though with people with stenosis, which is extension intolerance, okay, stenosis is a situation where if my back is arched, extension-based movements are going to hurt me. That's going to be the opposite. We don't necessarily want to do fast walking yet, just because we're already in a position where extension is being provoked. So if a disc bulge is a problem, fast walking is going to help. If you find that fast walking makes your back pain better, chances are you have some disc problems, and fast walking is a good thing to do. If you find that it starts to get worse, your back starts to hurt more, chances are you have an extension intolerance, such as stenosis. We want to stay away from those things. But really, this first video is just about awareness, right? The biggest thing that I want you to think about is what is going wrong right now, okay? Once we have that, then we can kind of start to look at what to do. But the biggest one on this list that I want you to think about, make a list of the things that are hurting you, and then we can start to address that stuff down the line. Please feel free to post any questions that you have about this, and I'm happy to reply. Let this be the first step in getting a healthy back.